Welcome back, everyone, to our gameplay series of NASCAR Heat 3. So now we are ready for Texas. We actually didn't have a bad run at all when I simulated at Martinsville, coming out just outside the top 10 in 11th position, I believe is where it was. So not bad at all. We got $6 million in the bank, which I do plan to use for some of the lower series to try to purchase some chassis, maybe improve their chassis and equipment a little bit more in the next season. But for now, we're pretty much good as far as the Cup car. Again, I would like to purchase another chassis, particularly for the super speedways here, in the hopes that I can figure out something with this pedal situation. But for right now, we are ready for Texas. So with the championship out of the question, now we can just focus on having some fun. We don't have to worry about who we're running around. We don't have to worry about points. We're just going to have some fun in this particular race. And once again, we're going to hope that these pedals will be held together by the Band-Aids I'm currently using. Let's go ahead and prepare for the race, adjust our work plan, and of course, Texas being a speedway, we're going to go ahead and hook up a speedway chassis. Then ISM or Phoenix is considered a short track. So we will configure the short track chassis for our second chassis. Now let's start that work plan. And everything should be good. You can see bay number 1, engine 100, aero 100, and then suspension 95. All right, let's click on Go Race, and we're all set.
We're going green this time.
All right, folks, it is race time here at Texas, and once again, I have to level with you. I'm extremely frustrated, and right now, it's not because of the pedals. It's because this is now my third restart, my third attempt at getting this race started. The AI, for some reason, seemed to be convinced that they need to take it about 4 wide and cause a big wreck. So I'm trying to stay at the bottom of the track right now and try to stay out of the way and let them do whatever craziness they want to do. Oh, there we go. There's not enough room for that. But, oh, good gracious. I can only give you so much of the track. I mean, you have to let me stay on the track with you. So again, I'm just trying to survive right now. But the good news is, our issues with the pedal and full throttle, no full throttle, and all of that has actually made the racing better at this track for us. Because if you remember from previous series as well as the Cup Series, Texas is not good with the AI. The AI are just simply not fast here. So our issues that have slowed us down quite a bit in our lap times have actually helped out the racing. Now we're not starting on the pole and running away from these guys. It's actually has the potential to be really fun. But as I've already found out a few other times, these guys just don't know when to quit. So hopefully we can make it through this time without having to do any more restarts and trying to salvage a couple more races in this season. Because I'm pretty sure that the issues with the pedals are only going to continue to get worse. So I'm hoping that we can finish up Homestead and get this season under our belts, if nothing else. I had some high hopes going into next season for what I thought was going to be a really fun experiment to try, but that is in question right now. So right now we're running in the top 3. Not bad at all. And I am not extremely faster than the top 2. So we're not going to run away with this when it doesn't appear. We got 10 laps here in the first stage, and we are over halfway through. So I'm definitely closing in on these guys. Let's see if I can do anything with them when I get there. see if we can get to the inside of Keselowski. Oh, look at that blocking move. That was a very firm no, you cannot. One might even be able to invoke a Lord of the Rings reference there for how stingy he was with my passing opportunity. So you look in my rear view mirror and you can see there is no one close to us right now. So it's the top three. And then fourth position is well back. So for right now, I'm enjoying being able to run up front with the leaders. Right, 2 more laps. And we are all right here together. I don't know that I have anything for them right now to make a pass. And given what Brad Keselowski did to us a few moments ago, I'm not sure that it's a good idea to try it right now, because he seems upset. Let's try this high side a little bit. Alright, yeah, no speed up there for us either. Not terrible, but just not a lot of speed. And nope, not going to happen for us. But hey, we're going to come in stage 1 with the top 3. I'll take that. Podium finish in the first stage. Let's go ahead and move things forward. No reason to pit. And let's get started with stage 2. Kind of dark over here in turn 4. All this shade.
Be ready. Outside. Keep digging.
All right, here we go.
Stay on the bottom right here. Still there. Top lane free. You're using it.
So now we're going to see if these guys can do anything with us once we get out front. Of course, they're going to come storming back here, as they always do. But then we're going to get a chance to find out. Oh, look out. I should probably concentrate more on the road than in my rearview mirror. But yeah, let's see what happens with us out front. All right, that was a good corner for us. We were able to pull away from these guys. We already know that we were a little faster than those guys when we were running behind them. It's just a matter of finding a place to pass. So now let's see what we got out here in the fresh air. Not that that really matters in this game, but all right, starting lap 4, and it does appear as though they can't really stick with us if I hang the bottom and just basically do the things I need to be doing, rather than playing around, watching the rear view mirror too much and all those kind of things. But just think, if we'd have made it at Kansas into the next round, then a victory here would put us in Homestead with a chance. And we know Homestead is another place where the AI aren't all that good. So who knows, things could have been vastly different had we simply been able to do better at Kansas. All right, yeah, now we're running away with it. This is sad, is what this is. I really thought when we started this race that we had a chance at a great finish and maybe even a chance at a victory, but I certainly didn't see this. Not with all the issues we've got right now. This is very sad. This is not what I was hoping for. Not what I was hoping for at all. All right, so 4 laps remaining. But I suppose I really shouldn't be all that surprised, even with as much slower as we are right now. That just gives you an idea of how far off the pace the AI are at this track. And it's really inexplicable to me. I don't understand it. So many of these mile-and-a-halves, unfortunately, you can run them wide open or very, very close to wide open. So you would think that if anything, it would be running in one big jumbled up pack and it would be hard to pass. But it turns out, for some reason, they lift a lot and slow down a lot at this place, and I just don't understand it.
A couple more turns, 2 more, 2 to go.
Because as I always say, I'm not claiming to be a fast driver, especially right now, and yet it just doesn't seem to matter. So certainly a lot of AI improvements are needed, and unfortunately I would guess that we're going to have to wait until next year's iteration of the game before we get any serious changes to the AI, if they're coming at all. It would not surprise me if there were no serious changes to the AI at all. I mean, we're now on game number 3 in the series, and we've really not seen, you know, huge changes to this point, so I see no reason why it would be a good idea to think that that's going to happen in the near future. So, all right, we bring home the stage victory. Yay for us. So we'll take the stage victory, the 10 points, plus the playoff point, which will do us no good at this point. And now we will restart this race once again in the dark.
All right, coming to the green.
And we will finish this thing out. Maybe we'll get some miraculous AI speed, and they will not only be able to stick with us this time, but they will be able to pass us this time. Before this game, or this series, I don't think I've ever wanted so badly for the AI to be faster than me than I have with this series. In previous games, we had so many adjustments that we could make to the AI that essentially you could tailor them to your speed level with very few opportunities for that not to be the case. But here in this game, you just sort of got what you got. All right, so they put up a good fight there for about a lap. Let's see if they fade back into the distance now. I think that's Clint Boyer who's right there with us. And of course, he's still in the round of 8, so he very much wants a good finish and would probably appreciate it if I would get out of the way and let him pull this victory off. All right, so 16 laps remaining, and at this point I'm spending more time looking behind us than I am in front of us. Because I find myself rooting for these guys to catch up to us and pass us. Now, of course, we could always just lift off the throttle or run the super high groove and slow ourselves down and let these guys catch up, but I really don't want to do that. I mean, it's just, I don't mind moving around the track a little bit, but deliberately slowing down is just, that adds to the aggravation instead of actually fixing anything. But yeah, they're fading into obscurity back there. for whatever reason, I'm getting some frame drops at this track. Every so often, we have a bit of a slideshow that appears for a few seconds, and that is not fun to drive through. I don't usually get that in this game. And the recording software generally doesn't do that. It tends to use very little of the CPU, relatively speaking. I mean, obviously it's got to do its job, but compared to some others I've tried in the past, this has been the smallest CPU usage among any of them. All right, 11 laps to go, and once again, these guys are... Wait, there's one guy. Hey, they're actually closing in. I like it. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, these guys are actually closing in a little bit. So let's see how this progresses. Now I'm getting excited, because we're coming to 10 to go. And if that's the case, if they're catching me, then we could be looking at some really good racing in the last few laps. And we've got, unfortunately, a lap car up here in front of us. He's not having a good day at all. Like you can see, he's not even able... Oh, look out. From the top of the track all the way to the bottom. He made it into the pits, though. I think that was the 24 car. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely catching me. I like it. And it looks like he's going to have plenty of time to catch me. Plenty of time to catch me before the white flag lap. But we're going to see how this all... We might get a little drama out of this race yet. All right, and I think that's the 42 car. I think so. Not totally sure, though. But in the quick glimpse I caught of him in the mirror, as low resolution as it is, I think that's who it is. The good news is he's about to be close enough that we're going to find out. Because it looks like he's going to go right by us. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. All right, come on, Pedals. Hang in there for just a few more laps. Let's give this guy a run for his money. I can't remember if Kyle Larson is still in the playoffs. I don't think he is. I think he got knocked out in the round of 12. But yeah, we just need to hang in there a few more laps and give this guy everything he can handle for a chance to win. 5 laps remaining. Ooh, the slideshow is back. All right, here he comes. He's looking for a way by us now. Let's hope he doesn't do anything crazy. I'm going to give him enough room and see if he can make it happen.
Hold your line. You got one inside. Hold your line.
All right, he should be able to get by us.
Right.
Nope, not quite. Couldn't quite stick with us in the back. So let's see what he's got next time by. All right, so I think this is going to turn out about as good as it could, even if we wreck at this point. I think this is about as good as we could have hoped for, given our past experiences with races at Texas. Ooh, easy now, 42. Stay down there. I'm going to give you some room, at least a little bit. That should be enough. All right, there we go. All right, now let's see if we can stay with him. As we come to the white flag lap. Oh yeah, he's running pretty fast. I like it. Oh, we got a little bit of a run on him here. A little bit of a run. Oh, can I get to his inside? Ooh, I was going to try it. All right, so not quite a perfect finish. At least as far as I'm concerned, we come home with a second place finish. That is so much better than a runaway victory. I will take it. But yeah, things were not looking good after stage 2, and we were miles ahead. So we will certainly take our $437,000 for finishing second, which pales in comparison to our merchandise payout. $7.4 million in the bank account. And we are currently sitting 11th in points, as if we're terribly worried about that. And somehow we ended up with the fastest lap. I don't know how that was a thing, but we did it. All right, so a total of almost $1.4 million in that race, plus 120,000 fans. So very nice, plus the incentive contract payout. Kurt Busch, oh, he's really happy with us. Really happy. Brighten his day every time that he sees us. I just can't imagine Kurt Busch ever saying that about anybody, including his own family. So, all right, so now it's time for Phoenix. Of course, we're not going to be running at Phoenix because that likely would not be very fun at all for me. So instead, when we come back next time, we're actually going to run Homestead, and that'll be our final race of the season, and then we'll see what happens after that. But for now, thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of NASCAR Heat 3.